Hello, welcome back to Harry Has a Cocktail, episode 35. Today we are going to make a Sazerac. You may have heard of a Sazerac. You may have tasted a Sazerac. If you've tasted a Sazerac, it's probably one of your favorite cocktails. I don't order it often because it's one of those drinks that I feel like a bartender's gonna look at me like I'm crazy. But nowadays, you can get pretty much anything with the whole cocktail revival that's happened in so many crafty cocktail bars. The Sazerac is said to be the oldest cocktail in the United States. The oldest cocktail. It's been a cocktail since the 1830s, actually, and in 2008 it was actually made the official cocktail of New Orleans. Who knew? The thing about the Sazerac is it's quite a stiff drink, which, hey, go ahead. Have a stiff drink. I've been wanting to make this cocktail for a while. It includes an ingredient that I don't often use here on the program, but I have used before, way back, I think in, I want to say episode 4? Absinthe. Absinthe is an anise-flavored spirit. Some people say that it's a liqueur, but to make something a liqueur, it has to have added sugar. Absinthe actually does not have added sugar, so it's actually categorized as a spirit instead. Absinthe is referred to as the green fairy. I think that has something to do with like a French translation or something like that. The other thing that you may have heard about absinthe is that it has hallucinogenic properties and cause people to go crazy and all that kind of thing. Apparently, the lore about absinthe has been highly exaggerated over the years. What they found is that absinthe doesn't have any more of a hallucinogenic properties than any other liquor out there. For a while, it was actually banned in the United States, but somewhere around the 1990s, it sort of started coming back into vogue again. So you can get absinthe pretty much anywhere now. It will not cause you to see green fairies, so don't worry about it, unless you're into that sort of thing. My nephew Ben, my nephew-in-law Ben, Delina's husband, he actually sent me this recipe a long time ago, wanted me to make a Sazerac. And so Ben, I'm dedicating this drink to you. As one of my loyal viewers who is always trying to give me suggestions about what to make next, this came from you very early on, so I'm finally making it. A Sazerac takes a little bit of time. It's a little bit more of an involved cocktail. I mean, it's not that hard to do. Once you get into the swing of it, it's not difficult to make at all. But it just takes a couple little extra steps that, that being said, I read a lot of different recipes online. There are a lot of Sazerac purists out there who insist that you use certain ingredients and not others, and that you use a garnish or don't use a garnish. So I'm just gonna I've kind of chosen what I feel like is sort of my version of it and the way that I would like it to be served to me. Let's go ahead and see what goes into a Sazerac. First, we have rye. Sazerac rye. It's called Sazerac rye, so why not use it for a Sazerac, correct? Rye, as you know, is a different kind of grain. It's a whiskey, but it's made from rye grains. It's not made from corn, as bourbon is. It has a slightly spicier profile to it, I guess. Now, originally, a Sazerac was made with cognac, and a lot of times now, what people will do is they'll use half cognac and half rye to sort of give it a sort of a more sophisticated profile. But I don't have any cognac, so we're gonna use all rye. And plenty of recipes out there say just use rye, so that's what I'm gonna do. As I said earlier, we're also going to have absinthe. We are going to have Peychaud's bitters, which I've used a lot of different kinds of bitters here on the show, and I think I've used Peychaud's before, but I'm actually not quite certain of that. You should definitely have Peychaud's in your bar cabinet. It's used in a lot of different cocktails, although as I said, I haven't really used it much here on the program. It has a slightly different taste than our Angostura bitters here, which I've used quite a few times on the show, and it's used in a Manhattan. We're also going to have a sugar cube, and we are going to spritz a lime peel, a lemon. This is a lemon, sorry, not a lime. This is a lemon, Lemon, at the end. So let's go ahead and make the Sazerac. Let's get right to it. This drink is made in a rocks glass, and the first thing you should do is chill your rocks glass. Ooh, it's so chilly. We are going to do a rinse of absinthe on the chilled rocks glass. So what that means is you're just going to take a little bit of absinthe, literally just a little bit, and you're just going to put a few drops here. That was just a very small pour. And what you're going to do is just let it rinse around. You just want to make sure the inside of the glass has, a good coating of the absinthe on it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to just dump the rest of it out. So I'm going to go whoop like that. and just get the excess off there. All you want is a wash. This might be a little messy. Bear with me here. Then I'm going to take my sugar cube and I'm going to put it in the bottom of the glass. I'm going to use 3 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. 1, 2. Then I'm going to muddle my sugar cube. And I'm just breaking up the sugar cube here, so it's not too grainy, obviously, in our drink. We want it to be in liquid form. Sometimes people will use simple syrup for this, but I don't know. I kind of like the act of muddling. I'm a muddle fan, so I'm muddling. What are you going to do about it? Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to take 2 ounces of rye and pour them right directly into the glass. 1, 2. I'm going to take my bar spoon and I'm going to stir it around a little bit. Then I'm going to take a big ice cube. You've seen me use these before. These are my big ice cubes. Nice big ice cube. And I'm going to take this big ice cube and I'm going to put it right down into the glass. And I'm going to stir it now. I'm going to stir it for about 20 seconds until it's really cold. Hello. The thing about a Sazerac, it's going to be ice cold. Now what we're going to do, this is, never done this really before. We're going to remove that big ice cube. We're just going to get rid of it. Then I'm going to take a lemon twist. And I'm just going to twist it over the top. So we got a little bit of lemon going there. Now, some of the purists with the Sazerac say, discard this. Do nothing with it. Do not put it into the drink or garnish it. But to me, that's what you use a garnish for. And also, I love a good lemon in my drink, so I'm going to use it. And I'm putting it right in the drink. Sorry, purists. And that's it. Now let's go ahead and taste it. Oof. It's a strong drink. It's a very strong drink. It has a good bit of sweetness in it, but it packs a wallop, let me tell you. You can smell the anise, that licorice scent in there. It has a little bit of sweetness, but this is a good, nice, strong drink. This is a sippin' drink. It's a sipper. Do not guzzle this. You won't want to. It's a sipper. You won't be able to. I've had 2 sips of this already and I'm like, woo! It's a sipper. Take your time with the Sazerac, and I hope you enjoy it. I know it doesn't look like much, but that's 2 ounces of rye at the bottom there. I don't think the lemon inside of this is ruining it at all. But the thing that's interesting about leaving the ice out of it, it's gonna stay this strong for the duration of the drink. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like when you drink your liquor neat. When you drink your liquor neat, you're putting no ice in it. You're just pouring some liquor in a glass and drinking it. So this, you've just made it super cold and you're leaving it in the glass and drinking it. And it's delicious. Let me know how you like it. See how you feel. I feel like this is a spicy, layered drink. I can smell and taste so many different flavors in here as I drink it. And it's delicious. Thanks as always for watching Harry's a Cocktail. I hope you enjoy the Sazerac. It's a sipper. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.